Hi, my name is Deb Stern.
I'm Holly Jones.
We are with Huntsville Council PTA in Huntsville, Alabama. Our school district is Huntsville City Schools. We have 24,000 approximately students, 44 schools, including one newly developed online virtual school, and we are 54% Title I. We are proud to be a National PTA Challenge Grantee. We had started to notice there was some differing family engagement opportunities from school to school. And not that we thought we could make changes for each of the administrators at the schools, but we did want to find out what is the baseline policy, what is the thought on family engagement from our school district and our central office. We needed to see what that original policy was and go from there. And we were shocked to find out that it actually was based on the PTA standards from 2012. We wanted to see the 6 standards listed to make it very clear and very easy to understand what family engagement can look like.
And to include a definition of family engagement in the opening of the policy. So when we started this process, what we found out was that to find the policy, maybe it could be on your website for your district, but it could also be something that's an internal document. And it'd be really important to start connecting with people like staff members at district level who have access to those internal documents that are probably internet documents that they can share with you.
Once we started our grant participation and really understood better what family engagement is through all of the studies and hard work that National PTA has done, we just started saturating the information wherever we could, wherever there was an opportunity to get out the message about family engagement. We did that starting with our awards banquet last April. It wasn't just an awards banquet. We utilized it to share a packet of all the different information from National PTA. We created magnets that have the standards on them, and then our awards had the standards on them. So anywhere that we could put the logo so that it's going to be easily identified by others, that was our starting point. We also revamped our awards applications for Huntsville Council PTA. It had items like teaching style, extracurricular activities, just a lot of things that really didn't seem relevant to what we as Huntsville Council PTA were looking for in an outstanding educator that supports the standards. So we just annihilated pretty much the whole application, and it comes down to one question. What have you done to support one or more of the National PTA standards? And so that was a great starting point. We actually got more applicants because it wasn't such a labor-intensive application. And then as we moved into the summer leadership, again, we saturated everybody with more of family engagement and standards, and also kept working with the school board, moving the policy adoption forward. So now that has happened. Now we're going to move into the spring season, and this awards banquet will now be celebrating the partnership between Huntsville City Schools and Huntsville Council PTA, that we are on the same mission for students when it comes to family and community engagement.
One thing is, as you move toward wanting to build a policy, we found that it was really useful to have celebrated even our small successes. And here's an example, is that I was working at the unit level at my children's school, and we were able to acquire the School of Excellence status. The district then sent out a woman named Elizabeth Fleming, who is, written down. She was our Director of Public Development in our district. And she came out to our school, and we made that connection where she brought like a cameraman, and we took pictures, and we celebrated that happening at this one unit here in town. And then that relationship with Mrs. Fleming was part of what helped us when we started on the path of moving forward with this policy, because she became what we called like our messenger. She was the person that understood where the documents were housed, what you need to do to update policies, who would need to be informed that we wanted to make changes to the policy, and how to get it on the schedule. She really helped us in all of the, I guess I would say, like the details that come into making something happen. And so celebrating the small successes, I think help build the relationships that you're going to need in order to make the larger ones happen. It comes back to understanding really what PTA is all about. That when I started working in PTA work 6 years ago, I really was under the impression that PTAs were about fundraising for schools. And then I came to realize that actually, no, PTAs were about family engagement. And then the standards help us understand how to make successful family engagement happen. So that family engagement is not just, do your family sit down with their children at night and help with homework? Or do they show up for that one parent-teacher conference at the beginning of the year, right? The actual true family engagement is when they feel that they're communicating with their teachers and their school leaders effectively. It happens when they feel welcome to walk in the school building and ask questions or raise concerns. And it happens when there are events that they feel that they're excited to attend, right? And that aren't just maybe, their children singing in the choir, but also that when they're there, they get to feel that they have community building with other parents. So I guess for me, the advocacy then becomes, you start to feel empowered when you feel that you belong, when you feel that you're welcome.
So the advice that we can give on trying to adopt national standards for family school partnerships as your district level policy is to first find and make relationships with your district administrators. You've got to have that relationship, hopefully a positive relationship. You want to find your decision makers, which for us was our Board of Education members and our the folks that are part of the policy changes and updates in our district. To start off, definitely you've got to find what your policy actually is now and see if that is what you're looking for all your schools to follow, or if you can see room for growth or improvement from adding this policy. If it does not read anything like National PTA's standards, because those are just so powerful, but so simple that I would be shocked if any district would say they are not good standards to go by as they invite families and communities into their schools.
I would add again about the importance of those personal relationships you have with staff members and with district leadership. They want to improve their student grades. They want to see all of those sort of check boxes checked, and family engagement gets them there.